So, it's mock week for me this week as I'm filming. I'm sure some of you probably have already had your mocks or have got them coming up just before Christmas. So I thought I'd give you some suggestions on what my approaches are to them and what my attitude is towards them. Okay? So this year, annoyingly, my college's mock exams for year 13 aren't like normal mock exams. Because we've had the strikes at college and we've had inset days, we've missed quite a few days of college. So instead of having like the week off for exams and having them in exam conditions in the exam hall, we're just sort of having them in class, and some of them aren't even the full length. So I originally got the email, told it was we're going to have the exam week happening, so I wrote it in my diary. Then I found out that, oh wait, no, 2 days before the exam week starts, it's not going to be in these dates because we're off on a strike, so you're going to miss school, so we're being horrible and making you sit them in class. So let's look. So originally I had on Monday morning this week I would have had chemistry at 9:15, and then in the afternoon I would have had psychology at 1:30, and then on Wednesday I would have had biology at 9:15, and then that was my mock week done. But now it is, I've not wrote it in actually, I need to write it in. Well, I suppose I don't really need to now because I know what days it's happening on. My psychology is Wednesday afternoon in the lesson. My biology is Thursday morning, so we have to be at class 15 to 20 minutes before so we can start the exam. And then my chemistry is in the afternoon of the Thursday, and then it'll overrun by 15 or 20 minutes, however long it is at the end of the day. So I can cram for psychology, I can cram for biology, and I can partially cram for chemistry and I have compulsory psychology revision between my biology and my chemistry exams on the Thursday. So wish me luck. So yeah, they'll be fun. I would have preferred to have them in actual exam conditions in like a proper exam timetable instead of that, but beggars can't be choosers. So my biology and my chemistry exams, they're going to be the full 2 hours. We're just going to go over on the lesson time. We're just going to go over by the 15 minutes. But for my psychology, we were just going to do a mock of the paper 2. So that will be approaches, research methods and biopsych. But because we don't have a long enough lesson, my teachers had to cut out the entire biopsych bit. So now we're just doing a mock on the approaches and research methods section, which is sort of really annoying for me. I understand why they've done it, but I would have been happy to stay behind and do the extra on some day, because I'm never going to sit another paper 2 now in exam conditions. So it's just sort of like going to be hard to judge how I'm going to be able to read like the more biological psychology questions in like pressured conditions. Also, because they're being in classrooms, well, I've got my psychology one will be in a classroom, my biology and my chemistry ones are going to be in the labs. I'm not going to have like the same environment that I'll have when I sit my actual A-levels in June and July and them times, because obviously there's going to be clocks, there's going to be posters, I'm going to be sat on stools and tape like a high up desk instead of a short seat and a small little desk table that I'll have in the exam hall. It's going to probably be like, it could be like a different mood, to be honest, because obviously I enjoy my classrooms, I quite like them, and the exam hall is quite scary and cold and menacing to me, so there's that. But hopefully you're going to have actual realistic mock exam experience so that you can see how you feel when you do your actual exams later on in the year, because it could be, it's like sitting a mock exam in an actual exam hall is completely different to like an end of topic test. It's like the accumulation of all the knowledge put all together in one paper in a dead silence room with no phone on you, no bag, only a pencil case, pens, a ruler, a desk with an invigilator walking up and down who's very intimidating. So it's like a completely different experience than what you're used to in just end of topic tests or like mid-project tests and stuff like that. So I think that's really important. I like experiencing the whole exam situation. It'll make you like less anxious when you actually sit in the proper exam, because you'll have experienced it so many times beforehand. You know the nervousness that you feel when you walk into that hall and sit in the chair, but you know at the end of the day all you can do is put down what you know and as much as you possibly can. And I know that some of you are probably like, yeah, but they're not but they're only mocks. They're not gonna tell us what's gonna be on the actual A level. I've already sent off my UCAS application, so they can't change my predicted grades if I fail all my mocks. But at the end of the day, it's sort of like, it is an indicator of. It's not an indicator of what the questions are on the actual A-level exam. It's a indicator of the progress that you've made and the progress that you have to do. Like, because like you could know everything on the specification and have it all memorized down, but like if you're given a question that's worded a bit weirdly, or it's like out of spec information that you have to apply to, but you only know like the set description bullet points, I don't really think you'd get a good mark on that question, because you've obviously not learned how to analyse questions and how to get your exam technique down into the timing so that you can finish everything off in the allocated time that you have. So I think the mocks would help a lot with. So for me, I found mocks like in year 11 and last year helped me a lot with timing, so that I didn't over blurt my brain on a piece of paper. Like if I saw it was 2 marks but it was like 5 lines, I'd know they've given me extra space there, it's only 2 marks, so I need to make at least 2 points, maybe a few more with the new spec, because yay, put in merging marking points. So I think mocks are going to be really important, not for just predicting what you're going to be. So I think mocks are going to be important for more than just predicting what you get. They're going to be important for how you. So I think mocks are more important than just predicting what you're going to get and what subject areas you need to improve on. They're also a good indicator of like what type of questions you need to work on, because this year I'm 100% focusing on just exam practice of year 12 stuff and learning the new content of year 13 and then doing exam practice for that, because I understand the stuff. I do understand the stuff. It's just sort of like when you get weird questions, how can you apply it to it? And so yeah, I think that's really important for this week that I'm going to be, because I know my psychology stuff, but yeah, every single like research methods question I always forget to apply to the scenario, and it's so annoying because I know it but I always forget, so I need to work on remembering to apply to the scenario. So if I remember to do it in these mocks, then hopefully it'll stick with me throughout the actual exams, and then I can look at the other errors that I made on this mock and then focus on them for the next exams. So personally, my approach that I've been taking towards these mocks since I've known what days they're going to be on is I've been going over, like, because there's some bits of the last year's content that I know really well. I know it really well, so I don't really need to go over it. So when I think it was about mid of October. I think it was like the 12th of October, actually, like the Saturday I did it on. I can't remember. I sort of went through all my topics in each of my subjects and sort of briefly, so that if I remembered it really well, and then I could sort of like write down everything about it, like biological molecules in biology. I know that pretty much off by heart, so I knew, oh, I don't have to focus on it that much. And I can focus on other stuff. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing like little bits of different topics that I'm not 100% sure on. So like I've been doing the humanistic approach in psychology because I really hate that, and the psychodynamic. I just hate them approaches. I can remember like Maslow's hierarchy, ideal self and self-congruency, and conditions of worth and lack of unconditional positive regard for the humanistic. Then for psychodynamic, there is defense mechanisms, the triad of personality, which is the ID, the ego, the superego, psychosexual stages of development, and gender. That is all that is coming to the top of my head at the moment. But so I can remember like them bits, but I can never do the evaluation or the application for some weird reason. I don't know why. So I've been focusing on them because I know I don't know it. And then chemistry is just sort of everything. Just like basics of everything, so I can remember it all, especially the organic. For some reason I know like the organic stuff if you give it me separately, like if you give me about haloalkenes or alkanes, but it's when you get like a benzene ring with a alkyl chain which has a which is a haloalkane with a double bond and all that sort of stuff, and you're given hydrogen and nickel catalyst and tell me what happens, and it's just sort of, when it gets all muddled together, then I sort of struggle with it. So I've been trying to focus on breaking it down into like different sections so I can recognise them for what they are in the actual exam. And then once I'm sure that I know that topic, then I've been doing exam questions because they are my love, my life this year, especially tailored tutors ones, because for the exam guide I'd like to get the question up and then I'll do the question without watching them do the question analysis, and then I'll watch the question analysis to make sure that I've read the question correct and I've answered it correctly, and then I'll watch the response and then I'll watch the mark scheme that they do, and then I'll edit it accordingly with like a red, or usually a red or a green pen, or sometimes a blue pen that I edit my answer with, and then I'll go through them, and then I'll go into a different topic. I'll do the same for that, and then I think like once I've done about 5 topics, or like when I've done about like an hour and a half of them, I'll cycle back and retry the ones that I got really wrong. And I've been finding that really good for these past couple of weeks that I've been doing them in the prep. But this week I'm mostly just cramming content and then cramming exam questions. I'm not sort of doing like focusing on a topic then focusing on a topic. I'm sort of doing like a mixture of all. So like yesterday I was doing biology. I did transcription and translation. Then I did something about hemoglobin dissociation curve. Like it was the seal question, and then I hate hemoglobin dissociation curve. And then in chemistry I was just sort of doing I think it was carbonyl questions, and then it was carboxylic acid questions, and then I was trying to, because I got really stuck on a cyclic ester question because so that's what I've been doing this week. And then tomorrow it's Wednesday, so it's my psychology exam. I'm not going to be doing so much content on it. I'm just going to be doing exam questions because I feel like I know the content. It's just when it's like the evaluate a study and then, well, no, it's describe a study and like compare it to another study. I really need to work on them types of questions, so I'm going to be doing them in the morning tomorrow, and then like some other like topicy questions on research methods. Then after I've done my psychology exam and I'm at home, I'll be doing my biology revision. I think I'm going to do the biology. I've got it scheduled that I'm doing biology and chemistry revision, but I don't know whether to do a bit of chemistry revision and then biology revision because I have my biology revision first, or whether to do biology revision and then a bit of chemistry revision. I'm not sure. So I'll be doing exam practice on that. I'm planning to do probably genetics and ecology because they're the bits I've not done that much of yet. And then after I've done my biology exam in the morning on Thursday, I'm going to do some more. I'm not doing any content for chemistry. I'm just doing pure exam practice. And then I'm going to be just sort of like dive straight in. So Thursday's just going to be a straight on exam practice session. So that'll be fun. But I'm hoping, I don't feel like I'm going to throw up nervous about them. I feel like I'm going to get I think I'll definitely pass them. I'm not worried about failing them, to be honest, unless something goes really wrong, which I'll probably just jinx myself. But I don't know. I'm not nervous, but I am nervous at the same time as I am with everything. And I think I'll do okay in them. But at the end of the day, these are my first mocks that I'm doing this year so far. I'll got loads of time to improve, as will you if you don't do as well as that you would have hoped for your mock exams. But yeah, a positive outlook. Have a positive outlook. I'll try and update you next week. I'm not sure what I'm going to film about next week actually, but I'll try and update you when I get my results. I'll probably either do a video or maybe like an Instagram post with my results. So keep an eye out. Anyway, good luck if you've not yet sat your mocks and you're sitting them like I am and you're nervous. Just chillax, be calm. There's nothing you can do apart from do your best, and it's just practice. It's not the actual thing yet. It's just practice. Okay, right. So good luck. If you've already sat them, then I'm sure you'll have done amazing. All right, bye.